All right, so warm up. We got two problems here. First one is essentially a break-even problem. So it says there are two different jobs Jordan is considering. The first job will pay her $4,200 per month plus an annual bonus of $4,500. The second job pays $3,100 per month plus $600 per month towards her rent and an additional bonus of $500. So which job should she take? So again, this is pretty much a break even. First equation, we have y equals, well, it's 4,200 per month. So it'd be 4,200x plus a bonus of 4,500. Okay, everybody get that one? Second one, y equals, second job pays $3,100 per month plus $600 per month towards her rent, an additional bonus of $500. So how much does she get per month?
4,200.
4,200?
Well, you get 3,100 per month.
She get 3,100 plus 600. What's 31 plus 600? 3,700. So 3,700 bucks per month plus 500. All right, now if I solved it, I mean, looking at this right away, I think it's pretty obvious which one's a better deal. The top one, isn't it? You make more per month and you have a bigger bonus. All right, less and less. So let's take this and let's set them equal and see what we get. All right, so 3,700x plus 500 equals 4,200x plus 4,500. Okay, so I'm going to subtract the 4,200 over, so I have negative 500x. Subtract the 500 over, and I'm going to have 4,000. So x equals negative 8. Okay, from there, plug it back into one of the originals. Y equals 4,200 times negative 8 plus 4,500. What's 4,200 times negative 8? Anybody got a calculator? I want everybody to move at once. The one person I'm seeing with a calculator laying on their desk hasn't moved yet.
336. Negative 336.
4,500 times 8
Yeah.
is not 336.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
36,000? Okay, so negative 36,000.
No, it's not.
No, that's 4,200, not 4,500.
No, it's 300,000. Wait,
300,000?
3,000.
Then you reach it. 33,000.
Yeah, 33,600. Negative. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you do.
All right, I'll buy that.
2 times 8. 2 times 8, 16.
33,300.
Oh, 600.
600.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Because 8 times 2 is 6, remember?
Yeah.
So then we add them together. Let's take that minus 4,500.
Negative 38,000.
No. Subtract 33,600 minus 4,500.
Yeah. Negative 4,100.
This is 2, 9, 1, 0, 0.
Okay. So we got the answers of negative 8 and negative 29,100. Okay, that's when those two would be the same. So that means actually 8 months in the past and a negative almost 30 grand. Does those answers make sense whatsoever? No, and that's because the one equation is just a way better deal to start with. Okay, that's kind of a poor question. All right, so she should obviously take, he or she, whoever Jordan is, they should take job 1. All right, second one, a chemist is mixing one solution that's 32% sodium. Another solution that's 12% sodium. How many liters of each type should the chemist use to produce 50 liters of the solution that's 20% sodium? All right, this is essentially a coin problem. So we'll say that this guy's our X. We'll say that this guy's our Y. So X plus Y, how much we make in total? 50. We're making 50 liters. So amount of the first one plus amount of the second one has to equal 50. Second one, we have to deal with the percentages. So I'm going to have 0.32x plus 0.12y equals, now remember, here's the thing with the mixture problems, that second part, I need something that is 20%. I need 20% of 50. What's 20% of 50 going to be?
10.
Good, 10. Okay, so let's multiply the second one by 100. So let's multiply by 100. So I'm going to have 32x plus 12y equals 1,000. All right, then I'm going to rewrite the first one, x equals 50 minus y. I'm going to plug that in. So 32 times 50 minus y plus 12y equals 1,000. What's 32 times 50?
150.
Just use your calculator.
Well, it's 32 times 50. Just put it in there. This is painful, guys.
1600.
1,600 minus 32y. Then I have plus 12y equals 1,000. All right, I'm going to subtract 1,600 from both sides. It's going to give me negative 600. And I'm going to subtract, have negative 32 and positive 12, which can be negative 20y. So y is going to be
330.
30. Take it, plug it back in. X equals 50 minus 30. So x equals 20. So we have 20 liters of product X, the 32%, and then we have 30 liters of product Y, which is the 12%. Questions? All right, we did a bunch of these types of problems now, so hopefully you're starting to get the hang of them.
Not really.
You should maybe try to stay awake and pay attention to do much better for you. Okay, next lesson. We have 2 lessons left. Just so you know, we're doing a new lesson today, new lesson on Thursday, and we are looking at a test next week.
Not Monday, Thursday, right? Because we're gonna have a day to review thing.
How many years?
Possibly Monday.
Alright.
Okay,
18.
test, possibly Monday.
Aw.
Okay, so linear inequalities. Linear inequalities are going to, they're really not tough. They're really not, guys. All right, a linear inequality is you basically take,
Didn't we do these last year?
linear inequality, you take two variables can be formed by replacing the equal sign in a linear equation with an inequality symbol. Okay, and then a solution of inequality is an ordered pair that makes the inequality true. We might actually end up doing 2 lessons today. See how this goes.
Jen? Question. So if we were to end up doing 2 lessons today, could we get a day to study Thursday?
Test will be Monday.
Alright.
As long as we're here, I plan on having this test in paper.
We was told we might not have a wrestling match tomorrow. Is that because of the snow? I was told the roads were gonna be bad.
Did you write this down?
No.
right, so your inequalities are going to look something like this. We still have our y and mx plus b. It's just right here, we're looking at one of these. Okay? It really doesn't change much. Just like before, remember when we solved them? We solved them equations, then we solved inequalities. Nothing really changed. The only thing that changed there was what? When we multiplied or divide both sides by a negative, you had to flip the sign around. Okay, everything else stayed the same. For this thing, again, there's not a whole lot different. You're going to plug your numbers in and check them. Okay, that's the first thing we're going to do. And then we're going to graph these as well. All right, we good? Okay, so is the ordered pair a solution? So I have 4 ordered pairs up there to go with y is greater than x minus 3. All you have to do is plug in your x and y value. Okay, so I plug in the first one. I put the 1 in for x, I put the 2 in for y. So 2 is greater than 1 minus 3. So I have 2 is greater than negative 2. Is that true? Yeah, that one's good. So 1, 2 is a solution. Second one, put a negative 7 in for y. Put a negative 3 in for x. All right, so I have negative 7 is greater than negative 6. Is that true or false? That's false, so that is not a solution. Next one, I get a positive 7 and negative 3. So this one has negative 3 is greater than 7 minus 3. So negative 3 is greater than 4. That is false. Try one more. Put a 3 is greater than negative 5 minus 3. So 3 is greater than negative 8. Is that true or false? True. All right. That's a solution. That is a solution. The other two are not solutions. All right. When we were finding solutions of an equation, we had to get both sides equal. For this, we just have to make sure that it's true.
Is that all we gotta do?
To see if something is a solution or not, yes. Plug in the x, plug in the y, see if it's true or false.
The whole lesson. Or are we gonna do something else?
Questions on that?
I have a question.
I already told you we're going to graph it after that. You don't listen.
Oh, I bet they become a line.
Okay, try the next one. One equation, just 4 points. Okay, how many are solutions?
Hey, I'm not done with the last.
How many are solutions? How many did you get? You get 2 of the solutions? How many did you have?
One.
How many did you have?
I only
Diamond.
have one.
3 of them?
3, and you had 1.
Yeah, I did the last one.
All right, let's check them. So first one, I plug in the numbers. I have 2 is less than or equal to negative 2 times 1 plus 1. All right, so 2 is less than or equal to negative 2 plus 1 is going to be negative 1. Is that true or false? That's false. Next one, negative 7 is less than or equal to negative 2 times negative 3 plus 1. So I have negative 3 is, or negative 7 is less than or equal to, this is going to be positive 6 plus 1, which is 7. Is that true or false? True. Next one, negative 3 is less than or equal to negative 2 times 7 plus 1. What's negative 2 times 7?
Negative 14.
Negative 14 plus 1 is?
Negative 13.
Is that true or false?
False.
It's false. Last one, 3 is less than or equal to negative 2 times negative 5 plus 1. Negative 2 and negative 5 is going to be positive 10. 10 plus 1 is 11. So I have 3 is less than or equal to 11. Is that true or false?
True.
True. So how many solutions did we have? We got 2 of them. All right, now, one big thing about this is when you have an equation, there's only one pair that works. Okay? Um, you get more than you have a few pairs, but not very many. In an inequality, you have infinite number of pairs that will be solutions. All right, there's gonna be quite a few, and you'll see here whenever we graph them why that's the case. All right. Any questions with that right there? Plug in y, plug in x. See if they come out even, or see if it comes out true. If it's true, it's a solution. False, it's not a solution. All right. Now let's go to graphing an inequality. If you go to graph an inequality, you essentially do it the same as you would a linear equation, but if you have a less than or greater than, just a less than or greater than, your line is going to be a dotted line. Okay? It is not equal to that line, therefore you make it dotted. If it has an equal sign underneath it, less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, you make a solid line. Then, after you make your line, if it's greater than or equal to, you shade above the line. If it's less than or equal to, you shade below the line. What the shading means is anything in there is a solution. Let me get you some more graph
So we're
paper here.
shading everything above color.
Everything above the line or everything below the line?
Actually, the day that I was starving in your class, I won that match, but this Saturday I lost my match against Mountain.
So, as for graphing an inequality, all right, if there's no line underneath your inequality sign, it's a dotted line. If you do have the equal sign underneath, then you have a solid line. Greater than, you shade above. Less than, you shade below. Okay, so let's look at some of these. Let's have a bunch of practice problems now. So the very first one, is it going to be a solid line or a dotted line? What? What? It's going to be solid. It's going to be solid because it has an equal sign underneath, correct? Just like we did before. What's my y-intercept? -2. My slope is what? 1. Up 1, over 1. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw my line. Now, is it greater than or less than? Greater than. So you want to shade above it. Well, above would be on that left side, wouldn't it? Okay, so I would shade all this area right there. So now, any point that falls in that shaded area will be a solution. Okay, you could check it algebraically like we did in the last thing, or you can look at it on a graph. So the point -4, 2, is that a solution? Yeah, it falls in there. Okay, so that would be a solution. Any single point in this shaded region would be a solution. Anything below the line, is that a solution? No. What about anything on the line? Yes, it would be, because it's a solid line, it's included. All right, look at the second one. Y is less than negative 1/2 x plus 3. So my intercept is 3. My slope is negative 1/2, down 1 over 2. Now, is this going to be a solid line or a dotted line? Dotted line. Okay, there's no equal sign, so it's going to be a dotted line. Okay, something like that.
Square lines have to be exactly straight.
Should be straight. Okay, so there's my line. Now, it's less than, do I shade above or below? Below it. You guys ever done this before? No?
Yeah, the shaded part where it'll fill in the whole thing.
Okay. Any issues on those two? All right, let's look at two more here. So y is greater than negative 3x plus 1. Is it going to be a solid line or a dotted line? It'll be a dotted line. Okay, we had negative 3x plus 1. So plus 1. Slope is down 3. 1, 2, 3 over 1. It's going to be a dotted line.
Always go to the right.
Yep. Yep. I always put my negative with my top, which is a negative. Okay, now it's greater than, do I shade above or below? Above. Now, this one's getting a little more vertical looking, but would above be to the right or the left? On that right side, wouldn't it? Correct. Okay, be over here. I'd shade that section. You guys try the next one. You got graph paper in front of you. Y is less than or equal to negative 2/3 x minus 4. Okay, So this one here is going to be a solid line or a dotted line? Solid line. Solid line because there's an equal sign underneath. Okay, so I'm going to be at -4. I have a slope of 2/3 up to over 3. All right, there's my solid line. It's less than, so I need to shade underneath. So I shade underneath will be down in here. Questions? Okay. Now, I want to put a couple more up here I want you guys to try. So the next one I want you to do, I'm just scribbling out these two problems, okay? I want you to do y is greater than or equal to -1/4 x plus 5, and also y is less than 4x minus 3. Okay? There's your two problems. So, first one, we graph it. Solid line or dotted line? Solid. Okay, we're at +5. Slope is what? -1/4. So down 1/4. Be right there. It's going to be a solid line. Looks like that. Okay, do I shade above or below? Above it. Shade above it because it's greater than, so it would be this region up here. All right. I don't get too picky whether you have it shaded really well or not. I mean, obviously, look at how I'm shading here. But at least you need to at least show me which section is shaded. All right. Second one, y is less than 4x minus 3. Solid or dotted? Solid. Who said solid? Okay, dotted would be correct. All right, we're at -3. My slope is 4/1. Up 1, 2, 3, 4/1. Be a dotted line like this. We shading above or below? Below, so that would be over here. Questions so far? Still good? Okay. Now, what happens when one's like this? Okay, these are special cases. Remember, if you had something that was y equals a number, then that was a horizontal line. If you had x equals a number, that's a vertical line. Same concept. So here, y is greater than or equal to -2. That's going to be a solid line. You go up to y equals 2. The only way I can do this is make y equals 2 the entire spot. Okay? So that there would be the line y equals 2. Sorry, -2. Sit up. Okay, y equals -2. Now, you need to shade. Greater than or equal to, it's greater than, so you need to shade above or below. Above, that one's pretty simple. Shade above, boom, right there. All right? Now, second one is just a little bit tricky. Obviously, this part will be included as well. All right, second one, x is less than -3. This is going to be a vertical line because it's x is going to be through x is 3. This is going to be a dotted line because there's no equal sign with the inequality. Would I shade? You can't shade above or below here because you have a vertical line, right? So you treat it as a number line. Okay? So it would be to the left side. Questions? Not bad, right? All right. Now you guys are going to try 2 more here. Okay. There's 2 more. Graph those 2. So on this guy, the first one, is that going to be a horizontal line or vertical line? It's going to be a horizontal line. Solid or dotted? Dotted. It's going to be dotted. It's going to be dotted through -3. Are we shading above or below? Below. Second one, vertical or horizontal? Vertical. Positive or negative? Yeah, dotted or solid? Solid. It's going to be a solid line through 6 right here. We're going to shade to the right or the left of this one? To the right, because it's greater than. It's like a number line then. Questions?